All right, come on, brother.
But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof.
Like you set this Bible aside, like you outsmarted the Bible. We don't need the Bible no more. Y'all crazy? You outsmarted the Lord. That ain't no. The Lord say, because I called, you refused. You ain't want none of the reproof and the instruction, right? So being that the Lord is not a passive tooth fairy, he gonna tell you what he gonna do to you because you didn't want the reproof. All right, come on, brother.
I will also laugh at your calamity.
Oh, the Lord laughs. The Lord has a sense of humor. These people don't know that. The Lord say, because you didn't want to get down with me, I'm gonna be laughing when your calamity shows up. Right. You ain't want it, right? So I'm going to be doing the laughing in that day. You own the Lord to mock. You thought Cat Williams could Jones. You don't want the Lord to mock you that day. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. All right? Where we at though? Proverbs 1?
26.
Proverbs 1 and 26. Come on. Hit 25 again.
All right, up to 25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof.
Later for that counsel, that Bible. I don't want to hear the Bible. You know, and some of these people be so-called saved folk. You trying to talk to them about the Bible. I don't want to hear that. Close the book. The scripture tell you, you done set at naught all my counsel. You don't want the reproof. All right, verse 26.
I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes.
Lord gonna be doing some mocking. You was mocking the servants. No. Ain't like, because, society put it out there like, well, you got to be squeaky clean in our eyes before you even get to speaking about this Bible. Right? Well, we waited that long with nobody speaking the word. Right. They said we all have to come short, falling short of the glory. We can do this all day. You do this. You do that.
That's right.
Nigga, you do that. Right? But man, later for all that, what's the truth? And what we acknowledge is the truth. Yep. So we can pass to the shorties. What do we pass to the shorties? Do bunnies lay eggs? No. No, they do not. So if you as a man of truth or a woman of truth, are you passing that to your shorties? Should not. You won't do that? Knowing that it's a ritual to a false god, a fertility god. It's false. You would, but okay, they don't ask for the kids. Right. It has always been about the babies. They were sacrificing babies back in the day. On these same holidays you talking about, they were sacrificing children. It was all sex rituals. That's why the daughters come with the bunny ears, with the eggs, and your dying eggs. You know where all that came from? They used to kill babies and roll their eggs in the blood of the babies they killed. Wow. Like you die eggs now.
Yeah, they went to die wolves.
It was the blood of the baby that was sacrificed. Give y'all a brief history on Easter, what you call Easter. Right? Because it pops up one time in the Bible and it means Passover. Passover. You got to do is read verses 1 through 4. But the Easter, as you know, it is bunnies and egg laying. And bunnies don't lay eggs, snakes and lizards lay eggs. Yep. When they was worshiping this goddess named Ishtar, she was an ancient fertility goddess. So at the time of the spring, all of the daughters that was coming into their time where they had their period, they flower or whatever, all that means they can have children now. So they used to march the daughters through the parade, right? They put bunny ears on them and they had baskets of eggs. At the end of the parade, the high priest of Ishtar used to lay with all those 12, 13-year-old women and impregnate them. 1 year later, you got 3-month-old babies from this conception. They would pick one of those 3-month-old babies, however they picked it, right? And they would kill the child. Because the pagan mindset was we would have a better harvest if we spilled innocent blood. All right? So they would spill the blood in the very eggs that was in that basket. They rolled the eggs then. You die in the water now, but they rolled them. And they rolled them in the blood to sacrifice child. That's why you died in Easter eggs today.
And scattered them throughout they field.
Yeah, and made you go on an Easter egg. So the Messiah was pulling up his garment looking for Easter eggs. I mean, just, come on. They ain't even know where in the Bible. You know what people will try to tell you that, look, y'all, anti-Christ, bro, we messianic to the bone down here. That's right. We believe in Christ all the way. It's just things that we attach to him, or society is attached to him, they cannot be found in the Bible whatsoever. Another one is that Valentine's Day. Right, y'all know who Saint Valentine was? He was a brother that was rebelling against the Roman Empire. He was trying to marry folk. The Roman Empire outlawed marrying. So Oh, he was trying to marry folks on the low. They found out. One history say they chopped his head and his heart out. Right. Put the heart in the box and mailed it to his wife. Or get chocolate hearts put in the boxes. Will you be my Valentine? You don't even know a man was murdered for that. And you think it's love and a bro be in the doghouse, he don't get his woman some on Valentine's. You see that? What are we really doing? What are we attaching to God is what we're saying. And if that is not the truth, the bunnies don't lay eggs, if the Lord never told you put no tree up, put gifts up under it, what are we doing? What are we doing? We probably adopted a worship of another God. So we in violation of commandment 1 have no other gods before him. So it's just a chain reaction, man. That's all it is. Let's finish this Proverbs 1 off and get to this history.
I gotta ask, because that history I need to make sure I give to my family who's stuck in that nonsense. Where can I find that about the history of the Easter?
Easter? Yeah. You can anywhere. Google, Wikipedia, YouTube, type in pagan Easter.
You can also get that fossilized customs.
Okay, the origin.
Right, and then the main thing though, when you read in Acts 12:4, when the word Easter is in there, you have to understand which Easter is it. Just ask them, since they Bible believers, because when it says Easter, it immediately said, and those were the days of unleavened bread. Now, is their table full of leavened bread on Easter?
Yes, it is.
What they doing? So which Easter are they doing?
Right.
So that's where it comes down to. You let the Bible determine which way is right or which Easter. Well, Easter in the Bible, is it talking about practicing it the way you preach it, or is it talking about exactly the way the Passover? When you look up Easter in any dictionary, it say Passover or Pascal, P-A-S-C-A-L. It never says, or it'll tell you, or the fertility God, the resurrection, believing in that, but he didn't give us instruction about that. You know, the Isaiah 53 was about his death, you know, and he's resurrection, but he said, this is what I want y'all to look, what I died for, you know, and what I rose for is going to happen on the next end when I come back, because then that's going to take place at that time. But that ain't taking place right now. The resurrection ain't going on now.
Yes, sir.
Here you go right here, bro. I actually got something on this. This is Fossilized Customs, 9th edition. The pagan origins of popular customs. By Lou White.
It's got all of them in there. So it's like I was telling the real that, you know, and for all you all, that you know, you get this book, every time something's coming up, you just go in there and read it, so you'll prepare yourself, like when you're on the job or anywhere or in the grocery store, and you'll be ready and you'll be refreshed. Each holiday that comes up, you go right in there and pre that holiday and bone back up on it again.
I'm gonna write it on the board for y'all. It's called Fossilized Customs.
Thank you.
Fossilized Customs.
And understand this, y'all, any resource that we go to, the Bible is always the source. That'll back up what the Bible is saying. The Bible never backs up that. So you have to keep things in perspective that this is just an added resource, because some people are visual, like bro was saying, where can I go to exactly get that? But the Bible speaks of the same thing too, that same God is in that practice. You know, they just tie close in to the Passover and Christ's resurrection, and they say we just gonna flip the script on it. We're gonna do the 3-card mountain. Okay. That's right.
Yeah, right here, this Fossilized Customs, page 12. I'll pass it on back. Never get done. Page 12 about Easter. Good question, bro. Check this out right here. And this is Lou White. Show y'all Lou White so y'all don't think we on some Black Panther, white power, black power trip. This is Lou White right here. See that? What's his name? Lou White. There you go, right there.
L-E-W, White.
This ain't no black propaganda movement. You know, people accuse us of that.
Lou White still?
Huh? Yeah, it's white dude. He's the one that wrote the book. So he's gonna give you the history of his people. Check this out. Yeah, page 12. It says Jezebel brought this into Israel. That's right. Y'all know anything about Jezebel? Yeah, okay. Check this out. Easter. This word has been adopted for pagans as an attempt to enculturate by syncretism a behavior that is absolutely an abomination. If you recognize Halloween for what it is, then this will be no different. After you learn the truth, Easter was already one of the 2 biggest celebrations observed by pagans long before Christianity came along. Check this out. Easter was celebrated by the Assyrians, the Phoenicians, and the Philistines. That's right. Goliath, no doubt, had an Easter basket. Check this out. It said, you should look up Easter in the Webster's Dictionary and do further research in other sources. This festival involved the rites of spring. It was some sex rites. That's right. All right? The rites of spring. Check this out. Near the equinox of Venus, when pagans believed the earth mother was impregnated by the sun. Wow. Check this out. They engaged in ritual sex acts and used symbols of fertility like eggs, rabbits, and hot crossbones. The Babylonian symbol for the female. You right, bro?
I am now.
The Babylonian symbol for the female was and is a circle with a crux beneath. The round cakes were baked for the Queen of Heaven. And Great Mother, Magna Morta, with the cross symbol indicating the female. The cross also indicated the equinox when the Earth's orbit crossed the celestial equator. Hold on now, because everything will just be fine. Stop and go read Jeremiah 44 right now. You'll see Asherah was the same Earth Mother called the Queen of Heaven, which Israel committed sexual idolatry with. Right. To ensure a prosperous growing season, pagans rolled eggs, decorated with bright colors of spring on their fields, hoping to imbue fertility. These eggs were then hidden from evil spirits in rabbits' nests, another symbol of fertility. That's right. Showing you ain't got nothing to do with the God of this Bible. Right. It's page 12, this y'all pass it back to.
And when you always see bunnies multiplying, it signifies fertility. On any commercial you see when they show multiplication or populating, they show a bunch of bunny rabbits. You look, it's 3 of them. Next you look again, it's 15 of them. You look again, the whole room is filled with them.
All right, let's get back to Proverbs 1. Let's get to the top. Let's get to the top. Finish it up. Proverbs 1, where you at?
All right. We're at the book of Proverbs, chapter 1. We're at verse 27.
That's good.
Everybody in there?
There's some words of wisdom. All right, let's get it, brother.
When your fear cometh as desolation,
Hold down, y'all.
and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, then distress and anguish cometh upon you.
Come on.
Then shall ye call upon me.
They call upon me.
Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. Woo. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
So he said, when all the tribulation come upon you, then everybody gonna be hollering for the Lord then.
That's right.
But because you refused them, right, when it wasn't tribulation, he said, I ain't gonna show up. God is like that? Are you serious? Who you been serving?
That's right.
Who you been serving? The Lord tell you, if you don't want to turn to my reproof, and you don't want to take my instruction, there's punishments for that. Just like if you live with your parents and don't want to do what they tell you, there's punishments.
Right.
All right, come on, brother.
For that they hated knowledge.
They hated the knowledge of this Bible. Didn't want to hear it. All right, come on, brother.
And did not choose to fear the Lord. They would none of my counsel.
They ain't want none of this Bible. Later for what the Lord say. Right. They ain't want none of the counsel. Come on.
They despise all my reproof.
Later for the Bible. Come on.
Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices.
Come on.
For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them.
So he said, if you turn away from this, it'll be your destruction.
That's right.
So turn away if you won't, but it'll be your destruction if you do. And he called us simple if you did that. Right. Like somebody called you a simpleton in the street, you be ready to fight.
That's right.
Simpleton? You be ready to fight. I mean, John, no. Most High call you simple if you don't want to take heed to his instruction.
That's right.
All right, come on, brother, let's get it.
But whoso hearken unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil.
So that's either ink on paper, you believe that.
That's right.
See that if we listen to the Most High, we'll be safe from all types of evil and all that. Right? So let's get into our lesson. The history on Purim. We're going to do the book of Esther. All right, we got a feast day coming up for y'all that don't know. It's Monday the 25th and Tuesday the 26th. The Feast of Purim. We're going to read the history now so you know what you're eating for.
Yeah, we're going to tell y'all what we're going to do about the physical feast of Purim as soon as we get to a break. So O'Malley's teaching right now spiritual side of Purim, feasting off of his word and understanding exactly what took place.
All right, let's get it started in the book of Esther, chapter 1. Book of Esther, y'all, chapter 1. A lot of people ain't never read the book of Esther. They didn't even know that was a book in the Bible. That's why you got to get into your history. Got to get into your history, man. This Bible is a beautiful book. All right, the book of Esther, chapter 1. This was an Israelite sister from the tribe of Benjamin.
That's right.
Her and her cousin. I don't know what kind of cousin. You don't read cousin. Great cousin.
That book too.
Let's get it. Book of Esther, chapter 1. We starting at verse 1. And y'all pay attention, take notes, ask questions. It's right there. It's right there after Nehemiah, and it's before Job.
And also it finishes up the rest of Esther.
Hebrew. I was talking about Esther 10 and 2. It talks about book today.
Do your research, brother. I am. All right, let's get it. Everybody there? We good? Ruban, you good? When everybody get there. This is Bible study. We're going to wait on it. That way you can't say, them brothers made the Bible say something. It's in your book too. We ain't make nothing say nothing. Y'all good back there? We good? All right, let's get it. Esther chapter 1, verse 1.
Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus. This is Ahasuerus, which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia, over 127 provinces.
This, if y'all don't know, do any research on it. Who all seen the movie 300 in here? The movie 300?
Israelites.
You know the Persian king, Xerxes?
Yep.
That's who this is right here.
Yep.
This is Xerxes.
Same.
You look at Ahasuerus up in the Bible dictionary, it's going to tell you Xerxes.
The same man.
Yeah, exact same dude that was trying to get everybody to bow to him and all that. So this is a historical cat we're talking about here. All right, so Ahasuerus is Xerxes in 300. All right, come on, brother.
That in those days, when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan, the palace.
That's in Persia, modern day Iran today. Iran is ancient Persia. All right, come on, brother.
In the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants, the power of Persia and Media, the nobles and princes of the provinces, being before him.
Come on.
When he showed the riches of the glorious kingdom, of his glorious kingdom, and the honor of his excellence, majesty, many days, even 180 days.
Y'all, that's 180 days. He had a feast.
6 months. Right.
That's half a year. This bro was feasting, kicking it. All right, so this major right here, he's doing a continual feast for 6 months. That's for everybody that's under him. All right, in his kingdom. All right, come on, brother.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan, the palace.
So after he had his main feast, he came, at the crib, like, I'm going to have a feast for everybody within my palace now. All right, so this is another feast. Come on, brother.
Both unto great and small, 7 days, in the court of the garden of the king's palace.
Come on.
Where were white, green, blue hangings, fastened with cords of fine linen and purple, to silver rings and pillars of marble. The beds were of gold and silver, upon a pavement of red, blue, and white, and black and marble.
He had it decked out. It's the court of the garden. Decked out. All right, come on, brother.
And they gave them drink in vessels of gold.
All your cups gold. Come on, brother.
The vessels being diverse one from another, and royal wine in abundance, according to the state of the king.
Come on.
And the drinking was according to the law. None did compare.
See that? He like, look, everybody got to get oiled up. It's according to the law.
Said none did compare, so nobody broke that law.
Nobody broke that. Come on, brother. I bet not. All right, come on, brother.
For so the king had appointed to all the officers of his house, and that they should do according to every man's pleasure.
So they had to live it up these 7 days. Do whatever you want to do. Come on, bro.
Also Vashti, the queen, made a feast for the women in the royal house, which belonged to King Ahasuerus. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Habron, Bigtha, and Abagtha, Zethar, and Carcass, the 7
chamberlains, meaning eunuchs.
Right.
It was eunuchs.
Right.
All right, the king used to have eunuchs around his wives and concubines. That way, nobody get tempted to do nothing but his. So these were eunuchs. All right, come on, brother.
The 7 cherubims that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king, to visit Vashti, the queen, before the king with the crown royal.
The what? What, show him some drink? That was... It said crown royal, he's going... No, a crown, you know what I'm saying? He had a royal crown, but that say crown royal. They had the purple bag back there.
That's where the priest got the name. Royal crown.
Bring on here with that crown royal.
They know too what that means. That's why that ring on the bottle is a crown. And it's in a purple bag that's royal. So they know, and you see it every day in these scripts. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
They talk about crown royal in the Bible. Come on, bro, let's get it.
To show the people and the princess her beauty, for she was fair to look
She was a
on.
beautiful woman, so he called his wife. He feasted, 7 day to feast. You know, he getting drunk a little taste, buzzing. And let me call him a queen on her.
Nice sport.
Tell her come on up in here with her crown on and everything. I want everybody looking at her. Right? Come on, let's get it.
But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment.
See that? She was like later for what he talking about.
Right.
I'm good. That reminds you, she holds her own personal feast over here.
Right.
With the women, right? So when she refused the king's commandment, all these women right there listening.
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay, come on.
Verse 12 again.
Yeah.
But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains.
So I ain't coming with them eunuchs. You crazy? Come on, bro.
Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, because he's the king. He's the absolute ruler of his whole province. Right? All right, come on, brother.
Then the king said to the wise men which knew the times, for so was the king's manner towards all that knew law and judgment. And the next unto him was Kashina, Shittar, Admartha, Tarshish, Meres, Marcina, and Mermuka, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, and saw the king's face, and which sat the first in the kingdom. What shall we do unto the queen Vashti?
They like, what we gonna do about this? She didn't even show up.
Right.
What we gonna do about this?
Blatant disobedience.
Yeah, and now he's talking to his cabinet or his council. Now all the wise men, so what's gonna go down with this?
Right.
What the law say? What's going
Right,
down?
because they already knew. See, it wasn't like he called her and she refused to come and they didn't know. Or like they had an argument earlier that morning, so she's still mad at him. So he calling me, no, I ain't coming. His boys already knew that when he calls for her, she's supposed to show up.
Yeah.
So now you look bad in front of your boys because she's not being obedient.
And then all the women like, right? I ain't gotta listen to him either.
Right.
You don't listen to the king, I ain't gotta listen to him.
Right. Or my husband.
Yeah. Come on, bro, let's get it.
What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to law? Because she have not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains.
Come on.
And Memucan answered before the king and princes, Vashti, the queen, have not done wrong to the king only,
She ain't just did wrong to the king. Come on, bro.
but also to all the princes and to all the people that are in the province of King Ahasuerus.
Everybody. She done wronged everybody by not showing up. The king called her. All right, come on, brother.
For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women.
All the women gonna get hold of this.
Right.
And it's gonna be rebellion in the household. That's what they saying. Right? Come on, brother.
So that they shall despise their husband in their eyes, when it shall be reported to the king Ahasuerus.
The king Ahasuerus.
The king Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not.
Ooh, come on.
Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen. Thus shall they arise to much contempt and wrath.
See?
If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the law of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus. And let the king give her royal estate to another that unto another that is better than she.
Like she gotta go and everything that she got going to somebody better than her. Why? All right. Yeah. Come on, bro, let's get it.
Verse 20. And when the king's decree which he shall make shall be published throughout all his empire, for it is great, all the wives shall give to their husbands honor, both to great and small. And the saying pleased the king and the princes. And the king did according to the word of Memucan. For he sent letters into all the king's province, into every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language.
After what?
Their language. That every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of every people.
All right, let's get into chapter 2.
Yeah, that's gonna be 2 at a time.
We do.
Read the whole story. So yeah.
It's on you, brother. Chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
Go on,
Esther, chapter 2.
So how did Queen Esther get into place? I think we already know. Somebody had to replace Queen Vashti because she refused to come up. Right? So this opens the stage for this Israelite sister, to be queen over this Persian kingdom that got her own people enslaved. Wow. Something like Michelle Obama and Barack.
Right.
Sound familiar?
Right.
All right, okay. This ain't the first time in our history where a woman been number 2. Right next to the king right there.
Right, and understand this was a Hamite king, and a Persian king, you know, and he got an Israelite queen up in there, the same as Barack was a Hamite king, and he got an Israelite queen up in there.
That's right.
All right, let's get this. Chapter 2.
Under the sun, chapter 2, verse 1. After these things, when the wrath of King Ahasuerus was appeased, he remembered Vashti and what she had done, and what was the decree against her. Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, let there be fair young virgins sought for the king.
Like, look for all the fair, young, beautiful young virgins. The king need a queen. Huh? So go get all the baddest ones in the kingdom. All right, come on, brother.
And let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom, that they may gather together all the fair young virgins unto Shushan the palace, to the house of the women unto the custody of Hegai, the king's chamber, keeper of the women. And let their things for purification be given them.
So guess what? Go ahead and bring them on up to the eunuch or the chamberlain. You feel me? The chamberlain is the keeper of the women. Now it's time for all these women to get their things for purification. What is that, brother? What is that? What are things of purification? We about to read some stuff women do to this very day. All right? Come on, brother. Somebody back me something. All right, let's get it.
And let the maiden which pleased the king be queen instead of Vashti. And the thing pleased the king, and he did so.
Come on.
Now in Shushan the palace there was a certain Jew, whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjamite.
Benjamite, so he's an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin.
Like Paul.
All right? Come on, brother.
who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captivity, which had been carried away with Jeconiah, king of Judah, who Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away.
You going to your history, 606 BC, Nebuchadnezzar sacked Jerusalem. He took away all our forefathers that was of the royal status, the king, all his recorders, everybody in his court, everybody got took down. All right, so Mordecai got took out into Persia or into Babylon as a slave with them back in 606 BC. All right, come on, brother.
And he brought up Hadassah.
Hadassah, come on.
That is Esther.
So her Hebrew name for real is Hadassah. It's not Esther. Her Hebrew name is Hadassah, right? But whenever we in captivity, we get new names. Right? My name's James. All right, come on, brother.
His uncle's daughter.
His what?
His uncle's daughter.
As you know, that was his cousin. Mordecai's cousin.
That's right.
His uncle's daughter was Esther. All right, come on, bro.
For she had neither father nor mother, and the maid was fair and beautiful, whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter.
He started watching out for her. His uncle died, that's his cousin, so he looked out for his cousin.
What you call today a godfather.
Right. Come on, bro.
Verse 8. So it came to pass when the king commanded and his decree was heard, and when many maidens were gathered together to Shushan the palace, to the custody of Haggai, that Esther was brought also unto the king's house, to the custody of Haggai, keeper of the women.
Come on.
And the maiden pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him, and he speedily gave her things for purification, with such things as belonged to her, and 7 maidens.
And gave her 7 people that worked for her. All right, come on, brother.
Which were meet to be given her out of the king's house. And he preferred her and her maids unto the best place of the house of the women.
So he already got a thing for Esther. He hooking her up. All right, come on, brother.
Esther had not shown her people nor her kin.
Now, what does that mean? Like, you can't cover your skin up, so what does that mean? She ain't all out in front of her enemies. Israelite, dog, that's what it is. She had to conform to the customs of her captives.
That's right.
Feel me? Because they all dark-skinned people of color, you hear me? But she can't bang her culture the way she wants to.
She wasn't banging folks.
Like that. She couldn't be like that all out like that. Why? Because guess what? These same people are the slaves of her husbands. All right, come on, brother.
And that's what Christ tells us to be. You know, you in the world, but be not of it. So she was wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove.
Like, we would be showing our kindred if y'all came down here and we had all our garments on, fringes down everywhere. Some brothers put on hexagrams and head wraps and I'm priest brother, so-and-so. Like, we would be showing our kindred. People could look at you on the street and be like, oh, that must be them crazy Hebrews. Right? How we go out, we just go out regular. We don't show our kindred, but when they hear us speaking, they be like, oh, okay. That's what it is. So she wasn't showing her kindred. It wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? She had to be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove in her situation.
That's right.
All right, come on, brothers.
For Mordecai has charged her that she should not show it. And Mordecai walked every day before the court of the women's house to know how Esther did and what should become of her. Now when every maid's turn was come to go into King Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months, according to the manner of women, for so were the days of their purifications accomplished.
See, they was being purified for a whole year. Things for purification. Right? So you wonder why women be all take long to get dressed with the lotions and the oils and all that.
Right.
You know, and they're like, nice, it smells good. You know? They ain't take them a year to get ready. They had to get rubbed down in oils and spices and all that for a whole year before they came before the king. The king wanted to be looking good. Right? So a whole year for purification.
Same thing with Solomon.
That's right. Come on, brother.
To wit, 6 months with all of myrrh.
So 6 months you just bathing in oil and myrrh, getting rubbed down. 6 months, right? The other 6 months, come on.
And 6 months with sweet odors, and with other things for the purifying of the women.
So basically, y'all get your bed, bath, body work, and all that for a whole year straight. Right. Rub down, do the thing. Straight. A lot of women do for a whole year. then you're brought before the king. Right. That's major right there. Right. See why you women take long to get ready for this day. It's more than just it's in your blood.
And that's where the word tender came from.
Yeah.
You know, that's where it came from. I mean, it's in scripture actually. You know, our women were so tender their feet wouldn't touch the ground. Yeah. In the book of Lamentations.
Yeah.
So this king, you know, they knew what was the manner of the purification.
So that's ancient world, though, sisters. Y'all get chosen to be a queen or even a concubine to the king. You get rubbed down for like a whole year.
Right.
Oils and spices and all that. Wow. All right, come on.
Verse 13. Then thus came every maiden unto the king. Whatsoever she desired was given her to go with her out of the house of the women unto the king's house.
And whatever you desired or wanted, you got. Wow. But they had to be virtuous now. All right? Come on now. Come on, brother.
In the evening she went, and on the morrow she returned into the second house of the women, to the custody of Shaazagaz, the king's chamberlain, which kept the concubine. She came in unto the king no more, except the king delighted in her, and that she were called by name.
You could not just come busting in the room. Talk to him, you hear the footsteps coming. And it's your wife, your woman, right? But see, in this time, you couldn't come before the king unless you was called. If you had showed up without him calling you, you possibly could have got a death sentence. That's how major it was. All right? Come on, brother.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
Now when the turn of Esther, the daughter of Abihail, the uncle of Mordecai, who had taken her for his daughter, was come to go in unto the king, she required nothing.
Didn't even need all that. Natural beauty. Come on, brother.
But what Haggai, the king's chamberlain, the keeper of the women, appointed.
Come on.
And Esther attained favor in the sight of all them that looked upon her. So Esther was taken unto the king Ahasuerus into his house, royal in the 10th month, which is the month of Tebeth, in the 7th year of his reign. And the king loved Esther above all the women. And she obtained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins, so that he set the royal crown upon her head.
So the crown, where it say crown royal, the chapter before is talking about the crown that he would sit on the queen's head like that. Letting it be known she queen. Rest of them may be concubines, whatever, but she's the queen. She gets the crown right there. All right, come on, bro.
And made her queen instead of Vashti. Then the king made a great feast unto all his princes and his servants, even Esther's feast. And he made a release to the provinces and gave gifts according to the state of the king. Right. And when the virgins were gathered together the second time, then Mordecai sat in the king's gate. Esther had not yet showed her kindred, nor her people, as Mordecai had charged her. For Esther did the commandment of Mordecai, like as when she was brought up with him. So she never let, because she was made a queen and rubbed down like that, overlook the fact that her uncle or her cousin, who was taking care of her, that never changed. She like, just because I got all this paper and all this, things don't change like this. The honor is still what the honor is.
She remembered her order, regardless.
What's the old saying? Don't forget where you come from.
That's right. Absolutely.
People make it and get wealthy and get full of their own selves and they get lost.
Right. Because we see she didn't do that. She's like, look, I'm still under Mordecai's commandment. He's been raising me my whole life.
That's right.
I may be queen, but hey, I know what it is. All right. So sisters, if you're in a position in this Babylonian captivity, right, you feel as if you above your man or whatever, don't use that to dog them. Right. You better hurry up and, you feel me? Because she still kept order. You feel me? She knew what it was. You know, look, technically I'm elevated above Mordecai right now. Right. But in the order of God, I'm not. So I got to keep order. That's all it came down to. That's right. Right? All right, let's get it, bro.
In those days, while Mordecai sat in the king's gate, two of the king's chamberlains, Bigthan and Teresh, of those which kept the door, were wroth, and sought to lay hand on King Ahasuerus.
You know that was black, right? Like this.
Teresh. king thereof in Mordecai's name. And when inquisition was made of the matter, it was found out. Therefore they were both hanged on a tree, and it was written in the book of the Chronicles before the king.
All right, let's get into this chapter 3. It's going down.
Even y'all understanding this is a wise thing here, you may look like, well, did Mordecai snitch on them? Well, if they kill the king, they sure gonna kill the queen. So he like, look, we're gonna put this to bed right now. You know, because once they pull a pooch, everybody get killed. So whatever is set up for the children of Israel to get out of what we're going to read would have been destroyed at that point. So he's like, look, it's about to be a hit on the king. Let him know.
Let's go into chapter 3 because now one of our enemies about to rear his head. There's always some type of conflict in the land of your oppressor.
That's right.
It really is.
Always some type of conflict going on.
Esther chapter 3, verse 1. After these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of the Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
So it says Agag. Anybody know who Agag was? Who was Agag in the Bible? Because whoever this guy Haman is the son of Agag. Agagite. What can we read about Agag here? Anybody know? Let's go to 1 Samuel real quick. Hold it there. Let's go to 1 Samuel. We need to read about Agag, the king of Amalek. We need to find out who this guy is. Huh? Does he hate Israelites? Yeah, he hates it. Yeah, definitely. But who is he though? What's his nationality? 1 Samuel 15. First couple verses, and then we're gonna jump down. Go to 1 Samuel 15. Let's go find out who Agag was. Real quick. We're gonna find out who he was, so we can trace down who Haman is. 1 Samuel chapter 15. Let's start at verse 1. Read the first couple verses, then we're gonna jump down.
Y'all gonna go right back to the book of Esther. We just have to clear this up right quick, so you stay along. As long as you understand who the character does and how we're going through, you can keep up. But if anything fly over y'all head, be quick to tell us, hold on, I didn't get that. And we'll go back so all the men understand. Hey, y'all get that juice out of the freezer over there.
Haman. All right, so check this out. We 1 Samuel 15, right? We're going to read 1 through 5, and then we're going to jump down to 32 to 35. See what happened to Agag. Haman was a descendant of Agag. Who was Agag? What group of people on the planet do he represent?
That's right.
Let's find out real quick. Some of y'all probably already know. But let's get it.
1 Samuel chapter 15. Samuel also said,
How we looking?
Saul.
Everybody learn?
1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 1.
Who is Agag? Haman was an Agagite. Who is this? Let's get it.
1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 1. Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord.
So Samuel telling Saul, listen to the words of the Most High. All right, come on, brother.
Thus says the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for them in the way when he came up from Egypt.
Amalek, for y'all that don't know, is the son of Esau.
That's right.
The Edomite. You can read his lineage in 1 Chronicles chapter 1.
Genesis 36.
Chapter 36. The Edomites. One of Esau's sons was named Amalek. Alright? So the Lord is remembering what Amalek did to his people when we came up out of Egypt when we was in the wilderness. They did some crazy things to us. Alright, so the Most High, when Saul was sitting as king, he like, look, you know what? I remember what they did. Go handle them.
Right.
Alright? Come on, brother. Verse 3. Yeah.
Now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and women, infant and suckling, ox and sheep,
camel and ass.
So I put a hit out on that whole nation. Like straight up. But why is he saying that? It's a reason for why he's saying that.
Hold it down, y'all.
Come on, let's
Y'all will, y'all keep y'all private conversation, y'all can to a whisper, y'all, because this is class.
All right, let's get it.
Verse 4. And Saul gathered the people together and numbered them in Telaim, 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Judah. And Saul came to the city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley.
All right, now jump on over to verse 32. We'll give y'all the moral of the story. Saul didn't destroy Amalek like he was commanded to.
That's right.
So now Samuel about to let him know you tripped by doing it. Matter of fact, jump on to 22 and read on down.
22?
Yeah, 22.
1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 22, we at y'all.
Verse 22. And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord?
So what Saul did, like he kept half of the commandment, but he destroyed everybody the Lord told him. So instead of doing what thus saith the Most High, he decided to throw him a little feast. And he thought the Most High would have been appeased from that, like, oh, it's all good.
Yeah, it's cool.
I know I told you to do that, but you ain't had to do that anyway. I'm cool with the food. Right? So Samuel telling Saul, look, the Most High, I'd rather have you obey what he say than for you to throw a little feast. Like, that don't mean nothing. Right? Hold on, bro. Let me finish. Come on, bro.
Hold it down, y'all keep them personal conversations, y'all, to a whisper if you can.
Yeah, somebody trying to learn over there. Let's get it, bro.
That's where that saying obedience is better than sacrifice come from.
That's right.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams.
You better off obeying the Most High than killing some animals. Just do what he say. You would never have to kill the animals. All right, come on, brother.
Verse 23.
Yeah.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
You might as well be a practicing witch if you're rebelling against the Lord.
Y'all ready?
You might as well be a practicing witch if you're rebelling against God. Read that again. Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. All right, come on, brother.
23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he has also rejected thee from being king.
He like, you didn't want to do what thus said the Lord. He done rejected you from being king, Saul. And that's who was ruling before David. Right. That's who was on the throne before David to that throne. All right, come on, brothers, get it.
That rejection again.
24. And Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandment of the Lord, and thy words, because I fear the people and obey their voice.
See, I was shook off the people, not you, Lord.
Right.
Well, that's why I didn't do everything you told me to do. Remember you told me you might be a practicing witch, you rebel. You know you right? All right, come on, brother.
Now therefore, I pray thee, pardon my sin, and turn again with me, that I may worship the Lord.
Verse 26, what did it say, brother?
And Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee.
I'm not with you no more.
For thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, and the Lord hath rejected thee from being king over Israel.
So it's a major thing if we rejected the word, this Bible right here. It'll get your inheritance snatched and everything.
That's right.
All right, come on, brother.
Verse 27.
Yeah.
And as Samuel turned about to go away, he laid hold upon the skirt of his mantle, and it rent. 28. And Samuel said unto him, the Lord hath rent the kingdom of Israel from thee this day, and has given it to a neighbor of thine that is better than thou.
Better than you, right? Come on, brother, let's get it.
And also the strength of Israel will not lie nor repent, for he is not a man that he should repent.
He don't have to repent for his sins. Most High done went back on a few things if you done been sincere, like with Hezekiah. You remember? But he don't have to repent or turn away from wickedness, because he don't do wickedness. Right. All right, come on, brother.
Verse 30.
Yeah.
Then he said, I have sinned, yet honor me now. I pray thee, before the elders of my people and before Israel, and turn again with me, that I may worship the Lord thy God. Verse 31. So Samuel turned again after Saul And Saul worshiped the Lord.
Saul trying to get back in.
Right.
See that? All right, come on, brother.
Then said Samuel, bring me hither to me Agag, the king of the Amalekites.
Now remember, Haman and Esther was an Agagite. So he was a descendant of this king right here. All right? King of Amalek. Amalek is an Edomite.
That's right.
So Haman in Persia, one of our enemies, was a descendant of Esau, the Edomite.
That's right.
We're going to get back to Esther 3 in a minute. We're going to show some things on Amalek, and we're going to get right back into there. So you got to know who our enemies we was dealing with. For y'all that don't know, Esau, the Edomite, is the biblical name for who you call Caucasians.
Caucasian, that's right.
Those are the Caucasians. They're Edomites. Or Idumeans, Esau, the red and hairy hunter. Use the symbol of an eagle, live in the mountains, don't eat blood in his food, the best hunter in the world, got the best weapons in the world, sound familiar, control all the resources of the earth.
Live on a sword everywhere they go.
Promise no land, so everywhere they go, they conquer. Right. Sound familiar? So when you're looking at a Caucasian, they're Edomites. That's who they are. I mean, don't nobody want to be Esau in the Bible, what it is, but it's just the truth. That's who they are. That ain't us joning on them or nothing. It's just the truth.
That's why they lie by saying they're you.
All right, come on, brother, let's get it.
And Agag came unto him delicately. And Agag said, surely the bitterness of death is past.
So, you know, Samuel called Agag, he come walking up like he know he good.
Right.
I know I ain't got to worry about this yet, I'm good. I've been spared, the king spared.
Right.
Right? All right, come on, brother.
And Samuel said, as thy sword hath made women childless, so shall thy mother be childless among women. And Samuel hewed Agag in pieces before the Lord in Gilgal.
And that's Samuel, a man of the Lord who got his ink in the Bible. See that? But because the Lord gave a commandment to destroy Amalek, because of what they did against us. So he like, oh boy, walk up like he know he good. Samuel like, partner, this is your end. All right, so he chopped them in pieces, right? Come on, brother.
Verse 34.
Yeah.
Then Samuel went to Ramah, and Saul went up to the house in Gibeah of Saul. And Samuel came no more to see Saul until the day of his death. Nevertheless, Samuel